man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what? To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
Yo,
What's
how do
happening?
we start this? This is a little something for the people. So I guess the best way to explain it is just how it's going to work over the next few weeks. I don't know how many episodes Moon Knight actually has, but we'll basically be coming together to discuss every episode of the new Marvel project, which you can all watch on Disney Plus with us. So today we'll just be discussing episode 1. So we'll be discussing it episode by episode. So don't know what days these will be dropping, but they'll be dropping. So just look out for them, innit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well said, man.
All right, episode. Yeah, I explained that a lot better than I thought I would, you know. Episode 1 of Moon Knight, starring Oscar Isaac, Lauren from Top Boy makes a brief appearance.
Good for the beer.
Any excuse to say that. But yeah, Oscar Isaac is the only. No, Ethan Hawke is in it, playing what we're assuming is the big bad. So, yeah, what did you, man, think of the first episode? I quite liked it. I thought it was a good entry point. It was weird. I'm keen to find out Eman's perspective because it was a little 666 in there. You know what I mean? All that ancient Egypt stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I watched it yesterday night when I came back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was tired. I was very, very tired. And the moment I turned it on, I just started to be awake. And I was just watching bare stuff. But of course, we do understand that there is some Egyptian heritage in terms of ancient Egypt, the heritage that goes into the character of Moon Knight. So it's not something I was not expecting. It was something I was expecting. So it was a completely different vibe. On the other hand, if I had my dad by my side, then it
would have been long.
Trip.
Would have been a long conversation.
However, I was entertained.
Agreed.
It wasn't something that was really like spectacular, but I was entertained.
But I think it's the first episode. I think there's a lot of room for it to. There's a lot of direction for it to go in. I was very impressed. Oscar Isaac, give him an Oscar for that British accent because he was cooking.
You know what? The one thing I was thinking about that whole episode, like he was having a long ass day, bro. Like that episode should just be called Long Ass Day because, bro, he was just going through it every moment, bro.
Every opportunity that he could go through it, he went through it. And he really conveyed that well. Do you know what I mean? Because you feel sorry for him, like when he goes on a date and he still thinks it's Friday, but it's actually Sunday. And then his steak order was abysmal. My man said, "What steak do you want? The best one." And then, "How do you want it?" He said, "Well done." I said, "Yo,
there's nothing wrong with well done."
There's nothing. I mean, that's how you act like a steak. People are gonna get in this comment. They're gonna cook. They're gonna cook you for good, man. Literally.
There's nothing. It depends how the steak is actually cooked itself. I mean, not to get into like the whole chefing part, but basically, if you sous vide it and then put on the grill, then it should be fine. That's well done. But if it's just back on the grill, then you're gonna lose a lot of juices and stuff like that. But anyways, but no, my man was going through it because it was like, nah,
it really wasn't.
Today
is Friday.
Homeboy was talking to a statue. I said, "Yo, stand up."
No, that's lit, man. That's the only guy that listens to him.
No one wants to hear what he's got to say, bro. Honestly.
I don't know how he wasn't more embarrassed.
One thing that I kind of didn't love, but like, do you know that whole chase sequence? The CGI was abysmal. Did you guys clock that?
No, it looked like they weren't even there. The one where they're in the car.
They just cut the budget. Like they just said, "Nah, we ain't giving you nothing," because it looked really bad.
Marvel's going through a weird period at the moment where the CGI is terrible. I mean, it's a bit like, I don't want to get onto a film that I really enjoyed, and I think it's unfair because I don't know if I said it at the time, so you're looking at it after the fact. But the CGI in No Way Home is terrible, and it's too much CGI, if that makes sense. Like, I think the eye is getting better to spot that sort of stuff out, and some of it is like they're not even there. You can tell they're on a green or blue screen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's just all added in post. It just doesn't look real.
I think that was the point of that film, though.
What do you mean?
Because he's not really in the real world.
Nah,
he's in a virtual world. And like
No Way Home.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man is in a virtual world. He's beefing drones.
Oh no, sorry. I'm talking about No Way Home. Not Far From Home.
Oh, Far From Home. No Way Home.
The most recent one.
It was decent, man.
No, trust. So do you know all of Flash Thompson's scenes? The Asian youth that is like his enemy. Sort of thing. Yeah. None of his scenes. He couldn't be on set, so all of his scenes aren't real.
Can I see that?
Right.
Okay.
I'll send you, man, a shot that is just like it's laughable.
Are you basically saying it's very similar to, well, actually the same situation as the AJ Tracy and T-Pain?
Yeah. Yes, very good comparison. But it's just, I mean, to get back onto Moon Knight, it just does take you out of the scene, and the fact that Collins has had to mention it tells you a lot, and the fact that we've, I've even backed that up, and I said, yo, it's not good. And well done, credit to the actors for staying in the scene, because boy, I mean, I guess they're paid professionals and it's their job, but I'd be like, yo, I'm not reacting to anything, do you know what I mean? As in, it's clearly pretending to be in this situation.
Maybe they just don't. It's not that they don't trust that it would be a successful show, but maybe they just the budget just wasn't there for it. Like they just decided to keep it light, or maybe they saved more money for like further set pieces we'll see in further episodes. But it was very noticeable. Like I almost cringed a bit when that cupcake was bouncing down the road, because it just didn't look like it was supposed to be there, bro.
Do they think we're stupid, or do they think we don't have eyes? Do you know what I mean? Like
that was almost as bad. It was almost as bad as Black Panther 2 fight at the end, bro. Or Black Panther 1 fight at the end, bro.
That was some.
Yeah, but that was. I mean, if you look at the special effects people that deal with that stuff, I think the timing. It was a timing of when it was supposed to be set. Right. Yeah, it was a timing issue, so they didn't get a proper rendering. However, when it comes to TV shows, like for example, you look at
don't mention
like the whole like CW.
I knew it.
Look at the whole CW. Like their budget is fairly low, and like in terms of like the location, paying the actors, it's okay. The moment they start paying for special effects is when it becomes a massive issue.
You're right.
So it costs a lot. So especially for like back to Moon Knight, when it comes to the special effects, it's time that you're just gonna have to deal with it.
They've got the budget, because what? One Division, great CGI. Like I don't even think we had this conversation when that was out. I feel how you feel about Captain America and Winter Soldier. That had really good CGI. I'm struggling to think of a moment where that didn't necessarily have good CGI. But do you know, I think we're staying on it a bit too long anyway. Like that scene is cringe. It's not great CGI, but there was a lot of other good things.
The logs.
The logs are wild. The logs are wild, man.
But there was a lot of there was good in the show.
There's a lot of good.
If people are hearing this, they'll think, "Yo, is this show? What are they watching?
Like this show?
Is it Nollywood?"
No, I really like how they portrayed his split personality, and just the moments where like you could just hear that voice, like, "Listen, like, give me back control." And my man is just like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" Like, and like obviously it caused a lot of speculation, because it makes you think, is this version of him, is it Stephen, I think, or Stefan? Is this version of him the real him? Probably not, because the phone that he finds obviously implies that he's somebody else, because the woman calls him another name. So I'm liking the whole split personality aspect. It reminds me of Mr. Robot, and that's like one of my favorite shows ever. So to see that again in the MCU is very exciting to see what they can do with that. So.
Agreed. And hopefully they push the envelope a little bit. That's what I'm looking forward to, you know. The MCU is quite safe. So hopefully this is an opportunity for them to step out of their comfort zone, you know, give us something different, something we ain't seen before. I think other touch points for me would just be like the villain looks good. You know, I'm interested to see where he goes with this. What's his? Because it's intriguing that what he said. You know, if you'd been able to see people's hearts, even from the beginning of their life, like how he does it to the old lady who's like, "Well, I've lived most of my life and I've been a good person," and he's like, "Listen, I don't doubt that, but somewhere, somehow, it goes left." So you need to get gone. And
yeah, that's George.
So you need to kick rocks.
That's a
I
very
mean, she's old,
interesting
man. She's old,
power.
isn't it?
Yeah.
She's
You did
old,
her a
man. She's
favor.
old, innit?
Exactly. She's old as well. But it was interesting how he said, you know, imagine some of the worst people. There would have been no Hitler if I'd been able to do this. So my man just said, listen, give me the keys so I can drive. Because humanity let me get busy. And he seems like he'll be a formidable foe for Moon Knight. Interested to see more characters come into the fray, because at the moment, really, we've only been introduced to Stephen. And do you know what? I really appreciated how British this is. This is British, you know what I mean? I saw NatWest in the background. I said, because sometimes they be doing that and it doesn't like have a British feel, if that makes sense. Like it's shot in London, but to show a NatWest, I said, yo, we here.
They're in the ends, man. It's nice to see.
They are in the ends. My man got off at Tottenham Court Road. You know how we've been there a few times. Shouts out to Roxy.
Yeah.
Roxy bar, yeah.
So yeah, no, I like the set. I like how authentic it felt. There's just a lot of good in the show that I think I'm very interested to see. It's kind of hard to talk about it at this point because obviously we've only seen one episode.
Yeah.
And can't really get a gauge for the direction that it will go in from here.
And what I like is it's just nice again to finally see another IP from the start. You know, like obviously we've been privy to like so many like you know, bombastic fucking sequels upon sequels, like crossover on crossover. So just to see a man at, I guess, the start of his juncture again, like it's nice. It gives me like Iron Man vibes. Like we don't really know what the hell is gonna happen, but obviously we know my man's on smoke. You know what I'm saying? So
do you think they'll give, say, like, let's say Moon Knight levels up to a movie, do you think we'll see the direction Marvel will go in is they'll give them shows instead of giving them first films, if that makes sense? So you won't see like an Iron Man 1, but you know, because WandaVision now is expected to get her own film within the next 5 years. I think that's the plan. Captain America, Homeboy's version, Anthony Mackie's version, getting a film. Do you think that will be the direction they go in?
I think they'll probably just treat it like person by person, because I feel like at the end of the day, like not everybody's gonna be able to hold like down like a trilogy. Like I think they'll probably give my man like the one Captain America movie, and that's probably okay. Like it doesn't have to be a franchise. Even like Moon Knight, if it doesn't bang, or if it does bang, like does it need a movie, or does it need him to like appear in a movie? Like even like Daredevil, like we don't necessarily need a Daredevil movie. He works well as a TV show. That's why they're making another season. But if he was to pop up in like the next Spider-Man, I think people will be happy with that. So I think they have more leg room to just kind of, basically, I'm agreeing with you. Like they have more leg room to kind of just do what they want with characters, as opposed to just giving them the whole, I'm going to give you 3 movies and then put you in a crossover.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a case by case. They'll do it case by case, which is probably the best way to go about it, because you never know. You don't know with these things, innit? How they'll pan out. Again, we could watch Moon Knight and it might not, like you said, it might not bang. So there's no point in giving him a movie because the public have spoken and don't particularly enjoy it.
No, absolutely. What do you guys think about his powers? Like the way they didn't really give us too much, but like that end scene was quite brutal, man. Like my man was going to work.
For real. He said, "Give me the body."
Mark had to chat with Steven and tell him, "Yo,
For
listen,
real.
let me take control, man. Let me hold this."
That scene was
Mm.
hard, man. The way,
For-
like, he's such a good actor, man. The way he was looking at him through the mirror, like, listen, let me do my thing, bro. Nah, it looks good.
Yeah, it's really good casting. I've been looking for Oscar. Well, he's been getting busy, but I feel like this could be the sort of role that makes him a household name. Do you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
really, because Star Wars didn't really do that for him. Not the way I thought it would, anyway. So I'm very intrigued as to how this, impacts his career. But to piggyback off your point, completely agree. This is a great performance that it looks like he's putting in, and then to be able to do the duality, and I'm sure more personalities will probably pop up as the show goes on. It's incredible, and it can't be easy to be switching from a very thick London British accent to then going back to, I guess, what's more of an American accent. It's very impressive.
Is he from the United States?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from the United States.
Yeah. I'm relatively.
I mean, well, there's directors who just cut the scene and tell him do this, do that. But in terms of when you're supposed to portray one character, and then now you have to do two in one sitting, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, even if it isn't in one sitting, to be able to jump between the two isn't easy. Like, I'm sure when you do that sort of role, or normally when you're acting, you're probably thinking, I just need to get this particular thing down pat. Do you know what I mean? And people, even with more time, don't do a good job of it. Don Cheadle in Ocean's 8, and he's playing someone from East London.
That didn't work.
That is
it was horrible, man. He should have
gone to jail for that.
Actually, no, it's not even that. No, he did an okay job.
Nah, don't.
No. Compared to the Vin Diesel film, I think it's like Bloodshot, whatever it is.
Is he doing a British accent?
No, not Vin Diesel, but there is a character who's like a computer geek. And he's from the United States because he's popular. He's been popular from Vine days, and then of course he went into the acting scene. His British accent is horrible. It's actually 10 times worse.
Yeah, I've got to Google.
Like, you just know he's playing the accent, and it's like, bro, that's not the accent.
When it's bad, it's like bad. Like, it's like, oh man, you should not have done this. So,
do you think we notice it more because, I guess obviously, but because we're actually British? So when we hear it's bad, it's like, yo, what are you, man, doing?
Yeah, of course, because there's small mannerisms, there's small things you say. It's very quick. You can find out quickly. So to be fair, Oscar Isaac did a really, really good job. All things considered.
Very good. Yeah, no, he can do whatever he wants, man. He was on live getting crazy with Aunt May.
I saw that. Yo. What's the context behind that?
I don't know. My man said, I'm gonna gangbang you all by myself. I said, yo, that is a bar.
What the hell, man?
I said, I'm taking that with me.
Yo.
The artwork for this can be me messaging my missus saying that.
This guy is sick, bro. He's absolutely sick for that. Nah. It's absolutely. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I thought, what the hell is this?
Oh man,
Disney After Dark, bro. It's crazy.
Disney After Dark. If you haven't seen the clip with I always forget her name. But basically, Aunt May from the latest Spider-Man and Oscar Isaac are just talking absolute was to each other. Entertain yourself, man. It's one of those things you won't believe it. Both of these people just worked for Disney as well.
Yeah,
it's wild. It's wild. So, what's your guys' thoughts and predictions for the rest of the season to wrap up? Where do you think they're gonna do with him?
It's gonna have me on the edge of my seat. Most of the time. To be honest, I don't know much about Midnight, and that's what makes it brilliant as well.
Yeah,
sometimes you don't have to know everything. You just want to be engaged in the story.
You just want to be entertained. I'm in the same boat as Eman. I think looking forward to being surprised and intrigued. I think because we don't know who's in control and that's always going to keep us on the edge of our seat. Predictions. I think it's a very interesting villain. I think a hero is only as good as their villain. So I'm interested to see how Ethan Hawke's character gets busy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely.
I think we'll probably see a lot more time jumps as well, because obviously he's clearly not in control of what the hell is going on.
Not
So
at all.
we're
That
gonna see a lot of that.
the whoever's driving is just rude. No way can you wake me up on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? After I was supposed to go for a date on Friday.
Oh, with Lauren, he's fuming. He's fuming, bro.
For real, it's Lauren, you know. Oh, come on, man, that's crazy. But yeah, no, good discussions, and these will probably also get longer the more we know, because you know we'll have more information. At the moment, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, just stick with us. Made in Chafford on everything. This is a lot of fun. Hopefully more of these as well for different shows or different movies and whatnot.
Absolutely.
You know what our Marvel bag is like. Not just Marvel as well.
Yeah,
You know
be
what I
watching
mean?
things. Let us know if there's anything
Yeah.
you want us to watch as well, and we'll give some analysis on. You know, just let us know what your thoughts are.
But yeah, no, I love that. Until next week.
All right,
Peace.
cool, man.
Bless.
In a bit.